Mazel, morons. Welcome back to the Good Guys podcast. I'm here with the guy whose blood type is the same as his positive outlook. Be positive. It's Ben Soffer.
I think that my outlook is actually a B negative. But we are here with just somebody that I'm so excited to meet. You know him, you love him, an incredible actor, comedian, hails from Canada. We won't hold that against him. It's Andrew Batchelor, better known as King Batch. Honestly, Josh, you guys have been friends for a bit. We've never met. I'm just so happy that you're on the podcast, and thanks for spending your afternoon with us.
Glad to be here. Let's get straight to business.
Good.
Yesterday, I got a text from your lovely co-host here saying, yo, let's reschedule for next week if you want to. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, dang, he must have got like Matthew McConaughey or somebody.
Apparently you don't listen to the podcast. We are not getting guests like that.
But you said it was to give me an out.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Why?
It's bad in here, dog.
Wait, Josh, is this why we're getting no guests? Josh will text me. He's like, "Yeah, I got a big pull. I don't understand why he didn't ever text me. It's because you're.
I gave Brad Pitt an out.
Stop texting me."
It's dark up here. Here, if you need any more evidence of how dark it is up here, I'm going to show you like hard body karate evidence.
Hard body karate.
Because I'm not into,
You're a dad.
I'm not into the optics. Look at these step counts. 18,000.
What are you doing?
21,000.
Where are you
I'm
going?
pacing.
No!
I'm pacing,
No!
dog. Homie, you can find me on the mean streets of, let's just call it Los Angeles. I don't want people to find me like this.
Just pacing? That's why you look good, bro.
Thanks,
That's
man.
why you look good.
Yeah, it's a lot of pacing. It's bad in here, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, shout out Wellbutrin. It's been helping me a lot.
Crazy, yo.
Yeah.
This guy is literally pacing miles.
Yeah, 10 miles.
Every day, he has a Coachella pace on his phone. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. No good, Josh. No good. How did you guys first meet, by the way?
Grinder. Was it Grinder?
It was Grinder.
Yeah.
It was. And,
Yeah, that's how me and Josh met too.
No, we met back. Was it through David Dobrik? Who?
Batch.
Vine.
You really don't remember? First of all, I think when we met, David Dobrik was in 9th grade. To be honest, we're older. We met on Vine in 2014?
24. Who introduced us?
I felt like I was introduced into, I felt like I was on my own little island for a year before that, just posting on Vine. I didn't know any of the 1600 Vine crew. And then I met somebody, and then I met somebody else. And then it became Rudy and Lele and all these different people who were like absolutely crushing it. And then the true king came around.
Damn.
The king of the app.
King.
You know?
I still got the Guinness Book of World Record for the most Vine followers. I'm taking that
Wow.
to the grave.
Wow. That's massive.
What was it like when you had the most followers and just watching that platform disappear?
Oh,
it was like, what the
It was crazy for 3 days, and then they deleted the app.
Yeah.
That's
like,
how much notice you had? 3 days?
No. No, they tried to, so, you know, the reason we shut it down is because, like, we all wanted to get paid. Like, we weren't Hollywood stars like this guy.
Oh, God bless you.
We wanted to get.
Apparently, I was left out of these talks about getting paid.
We were
Peck
all
out of
left
those.
out. We we wanted to get paid, and then you can stop filming now. We wanted to get paid, and then
Tell us about. I've heard about this notorious meeting with the Vine brats.
yeah, it was like the it was like, I don't know, the top 10 whatever most followed Vine. We all got together, and we were like, yo, we're all broke. We're like, we want to get some money. Y'all make it. We bringing all these users to y'all platform. What's up? What's up with the what's up? I'm over here trying to include you. I'm looking to the screen to make sure you're involved.
No, you're good. No, you're good. No, you're honestly, you're unbelievable. He's so much better in person, guys. It's fantastic.
And then and we talked to them and we told them, listen, we just want to get compensated like YouTube. YouTube is compensating based on the ads, right?
Sure.
So that's what we wanted, and they were not seeing that at all. And then we were like, all right, we're just not going to create on this platform. Let's just go create on other platforms that we're getting paid for. YouTube. Instagram was showing a lot of favoritism to us, so we went to Instagram and YouTube, and eventually people stopped going to Vine because we weren't posting content on there. They were going to see where our content was. It was on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. So, boom. If no one's going to the platform got to go.
And it expired. I mean, it literally, it's so interesting too, because I feel like, I feel like the birth of, Instagram and other sort of social media platforms, even if you're not a pro, there's a chance you could make something compelling and interesting. But because Vine was 6 seconds, because it was so short, you had there were 10 people that could do it. Maybe there were 50 people who were great at it, but it wasn't just a platform that could live on watching shitty 6-second Vines from your uncle.
Right.
You needed pros.
Yeah, you needed that. And that we dedicated time. We treated that like a 9 to 5. We wake up 8 in the morning, meet at the location at 9, shoot all day, finish at 5, go home, edit, think of more ideas. That's all our schedule was.
So take us back. You're on the mean streets of the 6, walking around,
bump into Drake.
Listening to, I was recently in Toronto and there was a pack of these adorable Sikh kids bumping Drake. And I'm like, could there be anything more Toronto? I was like, this is incredible.
Yo, that's dope. You said it right.
Shout out, Toronto.
How do you know that?
I've just spent a lot of time in Canada and
his accent just popping out. Are you Canadian?
Oot and a boot in Canada. I'm a big fan of that country. I've spent
Wait, nobody says it right. Everybody says Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of I also say Mario Lopez, which I know is wrong. My wife gives me a hard time about it. But
those things have nothing to do with each other.
I'm just saying my pronunciation game's not always on point. But what was that? How old were you when you left Canada?
I was young. I was raised in Florida, age 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was young. I was a baby. I don't even remember.
But your parents are Canadian.
Parents are Jamaican.
Jamaican.
They wanted to get into America. It's not so easy to get into America. I don't know if you heard. So we had to jump into Canada and then swim through the Niagara Falls and get in. No.
Solid.
But yeah, so they moved to Canada and then went to school in Canada and then went to York University. All my family's still in Canada. And my parents moved to Florida because Canada is cold.
Yeah, bro. It's so funny because there's a big Jamaican population in Toronto coming from Jamaica. I can't imagine what that culture shock is just weather-wise.
Oh, yeah. You go from just sweating to just freezing.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was too much. But yeah, go every Christmas to see my family. Yeah, it's dope.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by eHarmony. Folks, eHarmony is the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Now, I'm incredibly lucky that I found someone to be myself with when I was 20 years old. I've been with my wife for 12 years. Greatest decision I've ever made. But it can be hard. I have plenty of single friends that meet people and, they're not right for them. And that's okay because you haven't found eHarmony. If you have a great friend, even if it's not a spouse, if you have a great friend, somebody that you just feel so comfortable with, so comfortable where you can truly be yourself, you can give them everything. That is eHarmony, folks. That is the goal of eHarmony. eHarmony is really trying to get you to find somebody who really sees you for you, someone who really gets you. So why not use a dating app designed to specifically do that? eHarmony helps you find someone you can be yourself with. The eHarmony sign-up process gives each person a distinct personality profile that shows what makes them them. Based on a set of questions everyone on the platform answers. eHarmony members see how shared personality traits with people feel instantly relatable, and differences can complete one another. Find someone you can be yourself with. Get who gets you on eHarmony. And folks, we know that dating isn't easy. That's why we partnered with eHarmony, because dating is different on eHarmony. They want you to find someone who gets you, someone you can be fully comfortable with. As I mentioned, their compatibility quiz helps your personality come out in your profile, which makes all the profiles on eHarmony way more interesting and fun to read. Get who gets you on eHarmony, folks. Sign up today. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by LMNT. Folks, you know we love LMNT here at the Good Guys Podcast because being hydrated is not just about drinking water. Electrolyte deficiency or imbalance can cause headaches, cramps, fatigue, brain fog, and weakness. Who wants that? I don't want that. I have no interest in that, okay? Enter LMNT. LMNT is a zero-sugar electrolyte drink mix born from the growing body of research revealing that optimal health outcomes occur at sodium levels 2 to 3 times government recommendations. Each stick pack delivers a meaningful dose of electrolytes, free of sugar, artificial colors, and other dodgy ingredients. LMNT is formulated for anyone on a mission to restore health through hydration and is perfectly suited for athletes, folks who are fasting, or those following keto, low-carb, whole food, or paleo diets. Folks, let's learn a little bit about hydration together, okay? What is healthy hydration, you ask? Hydration isn't just about drinking water. Said that at the top of the show, almost like I'm a know-it-all. Being optimally hydrated is about optimizing your body's fluid ratios. This fluid balance depends on many factors, including the intake and excretion of electrolytes. One more question for the quiz. What are electrolytes? Electrolytes are charged minerals that conduct electricity to power your nervous system. They also regulate hydration status by balancing fluids inside and outside your cells. You see, you come to the Good Guys for laughs, but it's educational. We are everything, all-encompassing. 5 stars, or what are you, nuts? So, folks, what more do you need to hear? Get LMNT today. Go get your free LMNT Sample Pack with any purchase at drinklmnt.com/goodguys. Also, try new LMNT Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. That's drinklmnt.com/goodguys.
So you're in Florida. Do you have an affinity for the arts? Are you the funny guy of your family growing up?
I don't even consider it funny. I just like to, I would say unique. I like to be me. I'm a very creative person, you know? I have a very wild imagination, and I like to see that imagination come to life, you know? Whether it be wild and quirky and funny or dramatic and serious or action, whatever it is, scary. I like to do it all. I don't like to put it in a box, you know what I mean?
But there wasn't a thought you were going to be a lawyer.
Yes, at a time. Backup plan.
Backup was lawyer? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, but I couldn't do that. I'm not smart enough to be a lawyer. So I'll probably be a lawyer's assistant.
Paralegal?
Yeah.
It's good money.
Really?
Yeah, and if you do it
Is
long,
it? It's fine. It's like, I think it's like 80 grand.
A year?
You know, we don't want it. Yeah,
I mean,
year. We don't want it.
Dang.
We don't want it. When did you decide that you wanted to become an actor? Was that always like the master plan?
Yeah, when I was
it
like
was.
10 years old, I was like, "Oh, I want to be an actor." Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He was my influence.
And you went to film school, no?
Oh yeah.
Where did you go to film school?
New York Film Academy.
NYFA?
NYFA.
Is that what
Wait,
brought
you went to NYFA?
No.
He's big Hollywood movie star. He doesn't go to NYFA.
No shade. I knew kids who went to NYFA.
This is crazy because you said it like you went there. NYFA. Nobody calls it NYFA,
No.
but people that went there.
Josh knows the most about everything.
Everything.
Just to convince
He knows how to say Canada, right?
He's the perfect undercover cop.
Who are
he
you?
goes in there.
Who are you?
No one, but speak clearly, would you? Yeah.
So
no, I was too busy having my childhood robbed from being a child actor. But I knew kids in LA when I was 17, 18 who were going to NYFA, and it seemed like it lacked the pretentious bullshit of USC, NYU, which shout out, great film schools, but it was like for people who really wanted to learn, and it kind of just came to LA for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. NYFA is great, you know. Yeah, you've been doing good. Yeah. Saw you in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I was in Oppenheimer, shout out.
Damn.
Doing all right.
So how did that come about? Audition or straight? They just said, we want Josh Peck.
what are we talking about? Batch.
Come on, they want to
Stop
Josh
it.
Peck.
What are you, crazy?
Come on, what did they? How did you get in that thing?
I had to audition my face off.
How many times?
Well, the thing was that there was this contingent of smaller parts in Oppenheimer of like the scientists who were important, but more sort of in the background, at least respect to Chris Nolan, who I feel like really gave all of us with smaller parts, like our 90 seconds, like a great moment for each of us. But my agent called me or sent an email and said, Nolan's casting his new movie and send in a tape. It's a 2-page monologue talking about nuclear physics and giving a lecture to this classroom. And I put it on tape at the beginning of November, and I was like, I think this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't get movies like this.
Right.
So I sent it off. One of those rare ones where I didn't think about it.
Right, yeah.
And 2 weeks later, I remember getting the text that said, Nolan saw your tape. He likes you. We're in the hunt.
Oh!
Crazy.
How did that feel?
That, I always say, and you maybe you can attest to that as an actor, like, people go, oh, and you got it, right? Like, was that such a win? Was such a validation? I said, no. I said, of course, but the validation was that text.
Yeah.
Because as an actor, you get so few yeses that a callback, great feedback, like, even if you don't get the part, sometimes that's got to be enough to sustain you for 6 months.
Right, yeah.
For you to just be like, I'm not crazy.
Right.
This is what I should be doing. There's some evidence or data to support I've made the right decision.
Yeah.
So to your point, that text was like, oh.
And then Nolan's known for using his actors in lots of different films.
I think about that, and then I just keep waiting for the new movie to be announced that he's working on, and for me to be like, have such a seething resentment when I'm not in it. Like,
you guys were cool on set and like you guys vibed and got along and
yeah, I mean, he's a master. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you've worked with some massive people. Wouldn't you say that like it's the bigger the people are, usually they tend to be the best people to work with?
Yeah. And they're very focused on the craft of it. Like I would say, like if I worked with a great director, he'll care about me, but he's caring about the project. That project that he's making has to be phenomenal.
Right.
That's what I feel. Wouldn't you say? Or
oh, I mean, they care and have thought about everything.
Yes.
And they have an opinion. I remember I had a line in Oppenheimer where I just say, "Oh my God," and it's a reaction to maybe one of the scariest things someone could tell you, that the world could be basically coming to an end.
Right.
And we probably did it like 3 times in a wide shot and then like 2 or 3 times in a close-up. And every time Christopher Nolan had an opinion about like, try it this way. And now this.
And
maybe,
what was going through your head when were you thinking that you were failing? Do you think you were doing it right? What were you thinking?
It was great because it didn't feel judgmental. It just was like, okay, so we have that version.
Right.
And what if you did it like this?
Oh, okay.
And then once we found a way that felt like the most right, I could feel him honing in on it and like getting very specific about, because it's silly. It's one line. You would think like, oh, can't you just get that right? But to him, he cares about every instance, and I feel like that's why his movies are what they are.
He's one of the greatest to ever do it.
He's pretty good.
Ever.
Can I just touch you for
my G? Oh, thanks. What can I say?
That's crazy.
It's an honor.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now you got to keep it going. You can't stop there.
I know.
I want you in the new Batman.
I just in the iCarly reboot. Have you seen? No, I'm kidding. I did, but
But you and Hannah.
Yeah.
I saw you guys.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. Like, I remember I was on Vine early on, and I was kind of, as far as I knew, like one of the only people. Like I knew other people like Will Sasso and kind of people who were doing it just kind of randomly. And I remember seeing your first video, or the first video of yours that I saw. I think you were doing like a Spider-Man spoof, and I think you even did a backflip in it, which I was like, wow, that's an unbelievable physical feat. This guy is funny and athletic. Damn it. And but I immediately went, oh, this is whoever this guy is has just leveled up the content on this platform because it seemed produced in the best way.
Right.
It seemed like there had been thought and execution put into it. So how quickly, like from your first video to you hit your stride on Vine, were you like, did you have your voice immediately? Were you like, I know how to do this?
No, not at all. I figured it out day by day. And I think like the most important thing for anybody creating content, be yourself, have fun. You know what I mean? Don't try and do what somebody else is doing. Do what you want to do. Like my first video, I was just like filming the streets, and I was like line. It's like road. I just uploaded it just because I feel like it's good for your mental health just to do whatever you want to do. A lot of times when we get we're chasing these goals, we have to be so specific. Oh, this video can't fail. This video can't. It has to go viral. But you can't think like that. You have to fail in order to succeed. Like that's how you learn what goes viral, what doesn't go viral. You have to shoot a video and it flops. You're like, okay, let me try again. So I was very much like that, and I figured out that people like these types of videos. People don't like these types of videos. You know, and that's just how I went about it.
And how quickly did you grow on the app?
I was getting like 100,000 followers a day. Wow. At a point, yeah.
Jeez, sorry. It's just I think the mic picks that up.
Oh, picks that up.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
100,000 a day. That's insane. So, because Ben and I all we care about is money.
Vine didn't
Need
give
to know.
me shit.
Need to know.
When did the first big brand deal come? When did the first big Vine payday come?
Remember, I was getting $0.00. I was broke, right? So my first brand deal, I think it was Samsung. And they gave me $6,000 for a 6-second video. So I was like, oh wow. Like paid my rent twice with one video. And I was like, oh shit, okay, let me start looking into that. And then it just started, then the brand deals just started coming in. I was, I think I got all the way up to like $350,000 for a 6-second video.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What?
It's a lot. But how many people were you reaching at the time though? Like Vine's algorithm was totally open. Like it sounds to people like a ton of money, which it is, but like it was worth it. Like from an advertiser's perspective.
Yeah, definitely. And everybody's watching. They take the Vine videos and they'll make compilations. So it's not just on Vine. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. Because some places I would travel overseas and I would go to places like I'll go to Italy, and people didn't know me from Vine in Italy. They were like, "Oh, you're the guy from Facebook." Like that's how they knew me. They knew me as a guy from Facebook. There's a lot of people that have no idea what Vine was. They just knew me as a guy from Facebook because they would take all my videos, compile them together, and they would see a King Batch compilation. To this day, I met this girl. Her name is Moon. She does TikTok videos. She knew me not because of King Batch, but because she spoke fluent Vietnamese, right? And she didn't speak any English at all. She didn't know me as King Batch. She knew me as I can't even remember the name, but it translates in Vietnamese as funny black guy.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a Facebook page called Funny Black Guy in Vietnamese, and that's how she knew me. It's King Batch, it's me.
Right.
But the title is not King Batch, it's Funny Black Guy, and it's all my videos translated in their language. So that's how far that it's gotten. So to me, I don't even look at it as what platform it is. It's just create content. People will see it, they'll see it.
Man.
And what's your platform of choice today? So Vine's gone. You moved. You're now obviously cross-platform. Like, what's your favorite today?
It used to be TikTok. TikTok's kind of changed. Now I like how the algorithm on Instagram is. Their reels, they share it. It goes YouTube Shorts as well. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Last question about Vine. Like, I remember at the time that for like the first year, I remember there was a time where I was like the number one person on the app, right? Because I was dumb early, right? It was before you started, or maybe you had just started, because you eclipsed me quick. But and I remember I passed Harry Styles as the number one person on the app.
Dang.
And I go, I want to meet these people, right? Like it could be fun. And so
you met Harry Styles?
I have met him in person. He's surprisingly tall. And so they get me a meeting at the Twitter offices because they had just bought Vine in New York.
Yeah.
And I get brought to like the Vine section, and an assistant, really nice assistant, comes out, or maybe like an intern. He's like, "Hey, welcome to Vine." I'm like, "Okay," and he's like, "You want snacks?" And he shows me like a very well-stocked snack pantry, like very startup style snack pantry. I was like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, here's some offices, and here's some computers, and here's some employees, and all the people who created the app and are running the app. They're in a meeting right now, but you want a hoodie?" And I was like, "Sure." And that was it.
What?
And I remember in my mind going like, this app's going to fail. I was like, I'm a nobody, but like,
What do you mean?
It felt like a weird welcome. Like, I'm like, something is being mismanaged here.
Right,
Did you
right.
think that?
Yeah, I
For
mean,
sure, right?
Yeah, definitely, and that's why, at the end of the day, we all decided to not do it anymore.
Wow. So
That kind of power, though. I know we want to transition off of Vine because it's all we've been talking about, but that kind of power is just so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like to have 10 people controlling just that much of a platform that they didn't build, but obviously are the most important piece of the puzzle. Like Instagram and TikTok and all these platforms have grown so big that if 10 creators technically said like, we don't want this anymore, like could they do that
any
today?
platform that can do that to this day. Like TikTok can't do that. Like if the top 10 creators on TikTok went away, no one would stop going to the app because
People
now
would still-
algorithms are conditioned to let it so anybody can be like famous, because it's like the For You page. There was no For You page. It was based on your fans and your followers. It's kind of like the Kids' Choice Awards. Kind of like every video you had to get
familiar.
voted.
Sorry, what are you saying? Yeah.
It's like every video had to get voted on by your fans. It had to be watched by your fans. If you didn't have a fan base, that video wasn't going to the number one spot. If you think about it, like now it's not like that. Now it doesn't matter who you are. The algorithm will take the funniest video or whatever they feel is the most the best video, and now they censor it a lot. Like you can't say a lot of stuff on TikTok.
Do you does that annoy you?
Yeah, because I like to get dirty. Your boy likes to get dirty.
Well, I mean, in like the best, like my favorite kind of like 90s R-rated, 2000s R-rated comedies where they weren't like afraid to say a little something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love that about your videos.
Yeah.
But you're saying, you might get pulled back for that.
Yeah. My videos get deleted every day. So, not on Instagram. Instagram is still A-okay.
Taking care.
Yeah, but TikTok, it has a younger audience, so it does make sense that they like to censor it.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by Philadelphia Cream Cheese. If there's anyone that knows creamy, it's Philadelphia. It's extremely versatile and can be used to enhance any meal, snack, or anything in between. Philadelphia makes everything creamier. Folks, everything creamier, okay? Look, you think Philadelphia cream cheese, you're thinking bagels, okay? You're thinking bagels, lox, and cream cheese, okay? You're even thinking what I love, a bagel, Chimera cream cheese, okay? Then an egg and cheese. It's fantastic because it makes everything creamier. But if you're only thinking about Philadelphia when you're thinking bagels, you are missing out, folks, because as I said, Philadelphia makes everything creamier. That's desserts, that's side dishes, that's whole meals. Okay, let's dive in. Let's dive deeper. Okay, a little bit dessert. How about a cream cheese cheesecake? Cheesecake made with cream cheese is how you get that delicious, creamy, it's so fantastic. Are we looking at maybe a macaroni and cheese? How about adding a little bit of Philadelphia there to make it creamier, to thicken it up? That's the key. That's grandma's secret. A little bit of Philadelphia cream cheese in your macaroni and cheese. And folks, if you want to learn more, find more recipes, listen to this. Creamcheese.com. Philadelphia got the URL, creamcheese.com. How cool is that? And you can go on there for recipe inspiration. They have desserts, they have entrees, they have sides, anything and everything that you could possibly think you could use Philadelphia cream cheese to make creamier. They've thought of it, okay? And they've put it on their site. Okay, so go to creamcheese.com because Philadelphia makes everything creamier. Visit creamcheese.com for recipe inspiration and so you can start adding Philadelphia to your recipes at home. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by Seed. Folks, took care of myself all summer. I know it looked like I was just eating away, 4th of July, August eats. Yeah, but on the side, you didn't see I was hiking. You didn't see I was working out. You didn't see I was taking my Seed every day. You didn't see that I was taking care of myself. I'm sure you did too. But folks, just in case you haven't incorporated Seed into your daily routine yet, let's talk about it, okay? Because it's incredibly, incredibly important to make sure that your microbiome is healthy. The 38 trillion bacteria that live in and on you are essential to whole body health. And folks, Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic benefits your gut, skin, and heart health in just 2 capsules a day. I have noticed just an incredible change in my digestion. I'm incredibly regular. My skin is glowing. And if you haven't noticed, what are you, nuts? It's you. Put on your glasses, okay? But seriously, take Seed and you're going to feel better. You're going to be more regular, which to me, regularity is key. When I'm irregular, you're going to know it. When I'm regular, I'm feeling sprightly, fantastic, fit. Highly recommend it. You should absolutely try Seed if you want any of those benefits. Great skin, feeling more regular. I mean, what more could you really ask for? So folks, support your gut with Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic. Go to seed.com/goodguys and use code 25goodguys to get 25% off your first month. What a deal. That's 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic at seed.com/goodguys. Code 25goodguys.
So you have this incredible, massive success, and then you transition to acting, or you start doing it like in these huge projects. And you talked about how you always wanted to act, but there's acting, right? And like that's an old school machine, and shit takes forever.
Yeah.
And you're so much less in control. Was that hard? Was that hard to contend with?
Oh yeah, definitely. I like to boom. I'm used to shooting videos, doing 1 take, 2 takes, and moving on. Doing the movies, it's over and over. Like you said, you have to do that line, the "oh my God" line, a million times. And it's like, it's definitely, it took some getting used to, but eventually I found the rhythm and I found a way to have fun with it. It's like, all right, yeah, I'll do another take. But the more projects I was doing, the more I realized like, oh, they already have that version. Now I can create my own version, and every take I was doing was different.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to start doing that. I just like to keep it the same.
You keep it the same?
I only practiced it one way, batch.
Josh, do it again. Well, what's your dream role? Like if you could just wish a role, like what's a dream role for you?
So I actually created a proof of concept called Miles Rider, which is my dream role, and we'll be filming that next year.
And
it's
what
like
is
an action. I'm doing. What'd you say before? Karate with a body.
Hard body karate.
Yeah, I'm doing hard body karate. Wow. I'm like it's like the black version of John Wick, I guess. Jackie Chan. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Miles Rider.
Wow.
What?
And so you're making that yourself.
Will you come to the premiere?
I'm upset you haven't given me a part.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need.
Nolan's gonna direct it. Actually,
give me an oh my God. I have practice. Miles Rider does some ill like double backflip shit, and I'll be like, oh my God, oh my God. So on the show we like to do this thing where we sort of talk about like major stories going on in the press, pop culture, what have you.
Get some clips.
And I think this is, look, it's something that we've all had to deal with and it's been hard. But J-Lo and Ben Affleck, their divorce, it's gotten messier.
Wait, so it's real? It's official?
It's a fish. Is it a fish?
Oh yeah, they're
Ben?
gone.
Because I saw Jimmy Butler slid in her DMs.
Who?
The basketball
I
player?
didn't see that. The basketball player. You know
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
Oh, Jimmy.
do.
I thought you said Demi Butler. I'm like, that is a cute name. Yeah, Jimmy Butler. And did he leak that?
I think he did it openly. She had a thing, and then he said like something like da 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 da. Check your DMs though, and then she says laughing emoji. Do you have a ring? So that's how people are knowing that he slid in her DMs, because he on one of her posts he commented,
Wow.
check your DMs.
Do you have a ring like to get married or like a
I think
championship?
a championship ring, right? That's,
I hope. I was like, you just got divorced.
yeah.
Do you have a ring?
Wow.
That's quick. That's
Yeah.
quick. But yeah, they're done. They're done. Ben Affleck and J-Lo are done.
Who do you think the problem was?
I'm pretty sure it's her. Like, I'm sure I'll get canceled
I
for
was
saying
not
that.
expecting that.
But
I'm
that's what
sure
the
it's
internet's
both
saying.
of them.
Yeah, it's probably both.
I
of them.
can't look. I'm sorry. A-Rod was fantastic. Heck, like, it couldn't possibly be his fault.
So
And then Ben Affleck.
Yo,
it's
some
Ben
of
Affleck.
the videos, some of the memes I've been seeing, like when he's opening the door. You saw the door when he slammed the car door. He's
I
like,
did.
And I mean,
That's me-
it sucks because you don't want to like talk bad about anybody's like misfortune, but yeah, those raw moments that are captured. Oh my God.
It's not.
I mean,
They should.
I mean, the best meme of all time is the Ben Affleck smoking a cigarette. Like that's one of the best
Wait,
most
which one?
memed moments of all time. You know where he's like deeply inhaling a cigarette? If you Google Ben Affleck cigarette,
Yeah.
like
I'll get it for you.
Get it.
He's just
It's really good.
It's a classic meme. He's definitely a stressed guy. So maybe it's him. I don't know. Now I'm
nah,
going
it's
back
not
and
Ben. Ben's the man. He's so
forth. Yeah, it can't
talented.
be.
He is so
He
talented.
is.
Oh.
It's a hard. I feel bad, man. I feel bad for anyone who has to go through that publicly. And the only thing is that when you sign up to have two icons like that together,
Yeah.
you just know that is like the ultimate. That's public crack. Like
Yeah.
people can't, because it's the real life version of the prom king and queen.
Yeah.
King and queen grown up, right?
Mhm.
It's the two perfect people got together, and people are fascinated by that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, babe. Well, we all know where Ben stands. Okay.
Where do you guys stand? Josh, you want to get canceled? Where do you stand?
Like I said, I'm not trying to be sort of indifferent here, but I think divorce, it's usually just both sides. And I think also like you're dealing with all these other factors that any moment someone forgets to wear their ring or it's like going to be reported on. So I just think it's very hard to survive when both people are that famous.
Yeah.
Well, there's another story. Unless Batch, do you want to weigh in? No? No problem.
I thought I did.
You did. Since we've got a huge drug user here, Batch, recreational drug use. No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about myself. Recreational drug use, even cannabis, triples the risk of heart attack and or stroke. Over a 2-week period in 2021, researchers followed nearly 1,400 patients admitted to ICUs in France, and 11%
Well, yeah, there
of
you
them.
go right there. It's the French weed. You gotta get your shit from Cali, homegrown, baby.
And also, this says were found to have cannabis, opioids, cocaine, amphetamines, or MDMA in their system, which, yeah, I can imagine
right, so
methamphetamine.
So you gonna take a weed user and fill them up with cocaine and be like, it's the same statistic?
Isn't that a weed user's worst nightmare? Like, don't put me with the tweaker.
No, it's also like, how are they blaming the weed? Like, what?
Exactly.
The
You
weed?
can't blame the weed. You gotta blame the crackhead first. That takes priority.
It's like during COVID when somebody would go in and they would report it as a COVID death, but the guy had stage 4 cancer. It's like, I think it could have been the stage. I think it could have been the stage 4 cancer that maybe did it. Who knows?
Yeah, why they be doing that? They just trying to take people away from having a good time. I don't do drugs.
Yeah, you're very like, I'm not saying this as a joke. My observations of you throughout the last almost 10 years we've known each other, first of all, you're a great guy.
Thank you.
No matter how famous and powerful you get, like you text back, which is fucking huge.
Really?
Like, yeah, because you're more famous and powerful than most of the people in my phone book. And like, you are in that category of like, these powerful people will text me back within a day. Let's say
Right.
shit happens.
Yeah.
These less powerful people will text me back within a month, and these slightly powerful people might never text me back and tell me how busy they are, and I'm like, save it.
What?
Don't you find that kinda?
Yeah.
Are people
I mean,
disappointing batch?
Are they? Maybe they're intimidated by you. You're
Maybe
Josh
it's because
Peck.
you told them, Josh. Maybe it's because you told them, don't text me back. You gave them an out. You're like, yeah, you can text me back if you want, but you don't have to.
But you're a measured guy. Like, I remember at one point you were like filming YouTube parodies, which would take like a lot of time, and then you would seem to always have a social media video, like, you know, able to post 4 or 5 times a week, doing the traditional acting stuff. I've never seen you drunk, or, you know, I know you probably like to drink a little bit. Like, I don't know. What do you have to say about all that?
Yeah, I'm addicted to creating and cocaine, but it's like no, but yeah, I'm addicted to creating. Like it's like to me it's a disease, right? Like I remember I was filming a movie in Vancouver, Coffee and Kareem on Netflix. Check it out.
Back in the homeland, Canada.
Yeah,
Solid.
and I'm filming a movie. I had like an off week, and in that off week, like, yo, chill out, go explore. I couldn't. I sat in my room for like my hotel room for like maybe 4 hours, and I was like, I gotta shoot a video, and it's like there's something in me that I have to constantly create, and that overweighs anything, any partying, any hanging out with friends. It's just like ask Nadeem, that's my assistant. We're always shooting, always.
And how does that? Do you have any friends that you can just kick it with that you don't work with?
Yeah, those are the people who I have to force myself to hang out with.
Huh.
Like the people that do not create at all. Because if I'm hanging out with like Adam or Spence or Hannah, like we're gonna wanna shoot something. You know, we come up with an idea, and it's like, especially if I'm hanging out with Adam, you know, it'll be like we're talking, and then we're like, oh, that's an idea right there, and then go in my notes. Now I got another idea, and then now it's like we're not hanging anymore. Now I'm thinking about, okay, I need to get this prop, I need to get this location, I need to write the script like this, and now it's like, you know what I mean? So I have to hang out with people who aren't creative at all, and not like that, like in a different lane. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that way it's like, okay, now my brain can just relax. I can just have fun. I can go to the movies. I can chill. But even when I go to the movies, I'm not going to the movies to just watch. I'm going to the movies to study. Why is this movie good? Why did it get this rating? Because when I'm creating my own movies, when I'm producing, I want to make sure I do the do's and the don'ts.
That seems awesome and also slightly agonizing.
It is. It's a disease.
Huh.
That's how I look at it.
How does that affect dating?
I'm able to turn, like dating, I make sure it's just, you have to separate it. Yeah.
But what about, like, I mean, you're young, but like obviously, you know, I have a wife and kids now, and I've learned how to turn down the volume on that, like, get out there, go, go, go. Like, this is where you feel best. This is how you are of value when you're
Correct.
creating.
Yeah.
Because I've sort of redirected my thinking to see the value in the relationship with my wife and my kids, and I get so much from that. But I had to learn that. You know, it took a bit of learning. Do you think, like...
Yeah, it is hard, especially because my relationship is private. So, you know, it's easier if you have a public relationship. Like, we know influencers who have like public relationships, and they can create together, and the content is easy because they're like, oh, this is a man and a wife, and they're both creators, and they're creating together. So they can create like the videos where it's like family friendly videos. But you know, it is kind of challenging to try and create the videos that are in my mind, but thinking about the relationship and not, you know, interfering with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, at the same time, I'm making these videos, but I do have someone who's watching these videos, and they may feel a certain type of way.
If there's another girl in the video, or
right, if there's another girl, so it's like in my videos, like back in the day, Like, you know, I create whatever video is in my head because I'm like, oh, I'm just being creative. This is a video in my head. I just want to create. But when there's other people involved, then you have to be mindful of them. Like, especially if you have kids and they're watching your videos. Like, if you have children, I have no children, but if I
Do you want to?
Yeah. By accident, I'll have a couple. And
yeah, that'd be great. Right? Keep them around town.
But it's like, yeah, you got to be mindful of everybody. It's like when I was creating videos at first, I was mindful of my parents. Like, my parents are watching these videos. All right, let me not do stuff to embarrass them. But at the end of the day, YOLO. Fuck it. If I'm going to grab a booty in a video, I grab a booty in a video. No, I was kidding.
That almost sounded like a lyric.
You did. A good one, too.
We do this thing called SpeakPipe, where we have people call into the show, leave a voicemail, ask for our advice on something that's going on in their life. Who knows what's happening? But, you know, we have another life expert here. You just said YOLO, so
YOLO.
Clearly you're qualified.
Yeah, definitely qualified. I'm probably overqualified, but I'll take a listen.
So let's hear from Joy. Again, if you want our advice, go to goodguys.com. Go to speakpipe.com/goodguys and ask for some advice, ask a question, keep it brief. Brevity is key. Here's Joy.
Hi, Josh and Ben. This is Joy. Josh, I just want to let you know that you were my first crush as a kid. Nobody at school compared to you, so you hate on yourself, but I loved you from afar.
Wow.
So
I wonder why you
wanna know
picked
what
this one.
think. I just turned 32, and my dating life has been a little dry lately, so I'm trying to make a point of being more active, rekindling things. And I recently had a guy I went to high school with reach out to me, and I had a crush on him, and I guess he had a crush on me too. And we had a bit of a phone date, and it went really well. It lasted several hours. Towards the end, he started getting really weird and talking about his healthy sexual appetite and how he expected a partner to participate in activity every day. Now, I was caught off guard because it didn't relate to anything we had been previously talking about, and the word expect made me feel uncomfy. So I want to know what you think. Is it too long ago to try and see if there's any spark there? And is this just a booty call? Or should I pursue this and see where things go, see if there's a romantic chemistry? I love you guys, love the pod, can't wait.
Thank you, Joy.
Booty call.
How could... It's definitely a booty call. He asked you if you wanted to fuck every single day.
Yeah, I don't think there's
out
any
of
other
nowhere.
call than that. Than the booty. That's a strict booty call.
And it's just, and he loses points for lack of grace. Like, she said they weren't even talking, like, they're like...
He did wait 5 hours, though, Josh. I think the phone call was too long.
They were talking on the phone? I thought they went on a date.
I don't know. It sounds like they were talking about, like, Bitcoin, and then he was like, I expect to be in missionary every single day.
No, I think it was a 5-hour phone call where they spoke about anything and everything, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like, by the way, I'm expecting you to fuck me every day.
Oh, no, 5 hours, that's a plenty of time to start talking about sex, especially if they went to high school together.
Sure, you got
Like, if you're talking 5 hours, it's like, hey, after an hour, it's like, what are we doing? You know?
Right.
I'm surprised he didn't ask the question in the second hour. Like, that's a second hour. That's a second hour question. Like, hey, how you doing? Where you from? What you been up to? Trying to like, that's how my first hour goes.
Yeah, I think he was rather considerate. Honestly, he waited a long enough time, and then he asked the question that he needed answered.
Yeah,
that's it. So honestly, I'm with him.
Exactly. So we need to ask Joy, like, is you trying to get a booty call or not? Because it seems like he's trying to, pursue that. If she's trying to pursue that too, she need to hop on the pursuit train.
And then perhaps after some multiple days in a row of sex, maybe there's something deeper.
Yeah. Well,
Olivia? It's just pretty one-sided.
I think it makes sense that sex would come up at some point in a really long phone call, but I think the way in which it did is something, and the word expect is really, like what Joy was saying, I think that's where it gets a little tricky. Because it's not really like asking to have sex or like initiate a sexual conversation. Really, it's just like I want to every day.
The way she told the story made it seem like he had Tourette's.
Yes.
Like I don't understand it. Like they're just like talking about something random. He's like, "F me every day." So yeah.
Well, we're our final segment for the pod, but I want to do something before, but to get you prepared. Our final segment's called "What Are You Nuts?" It's our gripes with people, places, and things. Whatever is currently sticking in your craw and annoyance. It can be big or small. It could be traffic. It could be anything. We do a segment every week about our "What Are You Nuts" moment. So you have time to think about it.
Okay.
We'll start
I already know, but yeah.
Perfect. But Ben, I hope you'll allow, before we get to "What Are You Nuts?"
Yes.
King Batch, do you have your phone on you?
Yeah, over there.
I just sent you a text message, and I hope you'll indulge me. And if you won't, you won't, and that's okay. You do an incredible Denzel Washington impression.
Uh-huh.
I'm a not great actor, but I thought you and I could do a scene from Training Day. For the podcast.
I haven't done a Denzel impersonation in years. I don't even know if I can still do it.
It's so good.
I don't even know if I can still do it.
Let's try. It's good. Your assistant knows what's up.
Which one is Denzel? Is he Alonzo?
Alonzo, duh. I'll be Jake.
Why don't I be Jake and you be Denzel? We'll switch it up a bit.
No.
Come on.
I'll do one. Hold on. Let me see. I can't. King Kong. No, I can't do it.
Hell yeah, that's what the people want to see.
He does a lot of that.
That's what the people want to see.
No, we need to let you play Denzel Washington. Respect to Denzel. I'll play Ethan Hawke, and we'll just see. Let's see how it goes.
Look at this monologue.
Let's start it with middle of line, page 88.
That's the monologue.
It's a short paragraph. It's only like 19 lines. I'll read you in. I'll read you in. Okay, okay. Just to catch everyone up, Denzel's character Lonzo has just killed a guy. I was there. I can't believe what happened. I'm a good cop. Lonzo, not so much. I'm dealing with it. The action is Jake can see too clearly, softly.
Wait, what?
Page 88. Middle. I'll lead you in. That man was your friend, and you killed him like a fly. Now you go.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds just like him.
Oh man. Friend, because I drank his whiskey and he knew my name?
Yeah, you got it.
That's real Denzel, right? Shit, I was playing his ass. I can't.
That was good.
Yeah, see that? No, when I'm doing my Denzel, I really have to study the character. I have to watch like movies, I have to watch interviews, and I haven't done Denzel in years.
Shit.
Years.
Because I know his name? You know, he does that. Because I know his name.
There you go.
The world is a better place. You know, he does like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think I should be Jake and you should be Alonzo.
It ended with my terrible impression of.
Let's try it.
I can't. I'm trying. I don't know how to do it
I
either.
think you just did great.
He's one of the greatest.
Here we go. Ready?
All right. I'm going to cut this out. I control the edit, so it's fine, guys. It's fine.
All right, so we're going to start from top of 88 or that same place?
Same place.
That man was your friend. You killed him like a fly.
Friend. Because I know his name? Because I drank his whiskey and knew his name? Shit, I was playing his ass. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to get canceled. Clip it. Ben, you give us our What Are You Nuts?
That's funny.
Oh man, that honestly, that was my What Are You Nuts? But I was on a plane last night back from Vermont to the city, and faintly I just hear meow every 90 seconds. Meow, meow. There's a fucking cat on this plane, and I'm sorry. What are you, nuts? Who travels with their cat? Like, cats are meant to be home.
Right.
Keep your cat at home. Your cat doesn't need to explore. This is a house cat. And if you have a big enough cat that's not a house cat, you shouldn't even own it. So please keep your cat at home. The meowing made me sad, and I just didn't need it.
I take it you're not a cat person.
No, by the way, I'm a big cat person.
Oh, you are?
Big cat. No. I hate little cats. I love a big cat.
Like
He's
a
a
lion.
Tiger King.
Yeah. Like a lion. Like deep respect to the big cats. But these little cats, these fucking little house cats that their litter box and like their owners are fucking nasty. Like, no, I'm out. Sorry. I'm out. You own a cat?
No, my girlfriend has 7.
You're too driven for pets.
Yeah. I don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Love a dog.
So the other day I was, so the last week I went to an event for GMC and they have this new Hummer EV, an electric Hummer.
Mm-hmm.
It's sick. I love it. And they were like, would you like to, drive one for a week, just have some fun with it? And I knew my son, Max, who's 5, would be over the moon. And so I got it and we've just been bombing around in it, having so much fun. Awesome car. I just, timing-wise, happened to get an audition for a Broadway show. So now I'm having to learn some songs from this Broadway show. What's a great way to learn a song? Play it on repeat during your commute. Sing a little. So my What Are You Nuts moment is, in the last week, you might have seen me in a Hummer singing Oklahoma, where the wind blows. Singing show tunes in a Hummer. Something familiar. I'm like full jazz hands.
Just driving. Wait, is that Josh Peck?
What am I, nuts?
In a Hummer singing show tunes?
I know. Show tunes in a Hummer. Shout out.
That's funny. Mine is when people say these things. They say these words. Yo, can I ask you a favor? Don't say, yo, can I ask you a favor? Just ask me the favor.
Right.
Because when you say, yo, can I ask you a favor? I'm already thinking it's the craziest thing ever. And it might be something simple. So just ask me the favor. And it's never anything crazy. It's always like, yo, can you tell me which dress is better, this blue one or this red one? You know what I mean? But when you phrase it like, yo, can you do me a favor? It's like I always say no. Right. I always say no.
because you're always like, how scary can this thing be? It's the same thing when somebody texts me, can I call you? Did somebody die or do you just need to talk on the phone?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, which one is it? Just call me.
Yeah. So I hate seeing those text messages. Yo, can you do me a favor?
Yeah. That's, what do you want to plug, promote? Give us anything.
I want to plug my friend, Josh Peck.
Thank you.
He's a great guy.
God bless.
You should check out his movies.
Denzel impression.
No, I'm on stand-up tours.
Nice.
So check
Love
me
it.
out.
With Joe Coy?
With myself.
Amazing. Headlining.
Yeah.
Mazel, dude.
Awesome.
Where can we see him?
Filming my special December 26th to the 28th at the San Jose Improv.
Amazing.
I
Awesome.
think it's the first time I said it. Wow, heard it here first. So yeah, or you can get tickets at kingbatch.com, see if I'm coming to your city. And yeah, let's just hang out, have fun.
Love it. Ben, take us home.
Folks, King Batch, you are the best. Thank you so much for coming on this episode. 5 stars. If not, what are you, nuts? Listen to us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Watch us on Josh's YouTube. Watch us, then listen to us. Double the listens, double the views. Great for us, great for you. Share our clips, Instagram, TikTok, Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We'll see you next time.